Okay, so the last one here, this is the one that we were just looking at. Like I said, up in this area, it's going to be pretty cool because eventually you're going to be able to enter in your information right at the top. You could probably we could probably have a way that you can just copy and paste that in there each time. I don't think it's going to be possible for it to be saved in there every time, but that's something we'll look at. You'll put your customers, I guess the company name there if it's commercial property, contact, person's name, address, city, state, zip, phone, and their email. You'll put your complete description of what you're gonna do out at the job right there. And there's gonna be a few more fields that we're gonna put in here as well. There's also a spot that you can add sales tax. You'll be able to click right here if it's going to be the lights are going to be purchase or all-inclusive rental. As you guys know, most of the time I want you guys doing it as all-inclusive rental. Purchase is going to be just the secondary option. But anyways, we'll get more into this and how this is going to work in a few days, and I'll create a tutorial on it when we actually have that done. But for now, what you're going to need to do is you're also going to need to, I'm sorry, let's see here. Okay, so right here you can see your form totals. Roof lines, windows, balconies and fence lines, columns and palms, bushes, hedges and flower beds, trees, light stakes, and wreaths. That's pretty much going to cover everything. If there's something not on there, like some yard art or something that just doesn't happen to be on here, then you can put that in additional charges. And I'm sure that after the master licensees get a look at this, they'll let us know if there's anything that's missing, and we'll add it on there, and you guys will have it within a week. So anyway, so this is just showing our different line items here: labor charge, lights and materials needed, and our totals. Okay, so you guys can just take a look at that for a second. Ironically, it's funny. It's just total coincidence, but these totals are the same. Labor charge $885.95, lights $540. We've got our total $1,425.95. Labor charge $1,338.76. Lights $387.50, and their total same $1,425.95. So just notice that. That's pure coincidence. Okay, so I think you guys get the gist of this. This is basically, these are the numbers and the descriptions that you guys are going to need to carry over to your estimate forms, and you guys will be practicing that tomorrow. And Brett and Ryan will show you guys how to do that. And like I said, this will just be information that's going to be carried over. Now, let's say that I wanted to go back on this form because I've talked to the customer. It's great because this is broken down right here to where you could even show the customer. Although I guess you really wouldn't want to do that because it's breaking it down labor and lights. But if it was for a purchase, it wouldn't be a problem. Otherwise, maybe there's a way that we can just make the field visible for the total. That's something that I'll talk to Matt about as well. But if I wanted to back up here, so let's say I talk to the customer's like, well, you know, I definitely want to do the roof lines. I don't necessarily need to do the windows, and I'd like to do the balcony and fence lines. I don't want to do the columns or the palm trees. I don't want to do the bushes. I do want to do the trees, and I don't want to do light stakes, and I don't need to do the wreaths. So what I would do is I'll just go back, and I'll just start deleting this stuff here. So difficult level. I'm just going to go back to basically clearing my form out here. Just going to select, I'm sorry, select one here. So that's where I want to go back there. So then that basically essentially took out the wreaths as far as the labor part of it. Now I got to go through here, click select one on that. Now I can go ahead and go previous again. I can take out my light stakes, just make that 0. Right here. Go ahead and cancel this out. Okay, so that basically canceled out those. And that's as far back as I'm going to go on that. The reason being, I just wanted to show you an example of how that's going to work. Because the only time that's going to come into play is when you're emailing this form. Otherwise, you don't need to worry about that right now. And again, you know, we can have an additional tutorial at that point. But as you see right here, I took out, let's see, took out my light stakes, so the total there is 0. I took out my wreaths, so the total there is 0. So again, that's only going to become a factor when this form gets emailed, because everything on this form is going to end up totaling up, and it's going to be emailed to the customer, and then at that point you'll be able to have them submit an approval directly to that email, and then you'll be good to go. You won't need a signature or anything. The terms and conditions will be in there, and you'll be good to go. So anyways, the changes that I talked about as far as like the light stakes, I think I saw an arrow in there. I told you guys, and then I'm gonna try to make it easier on the wreaths, so there's not as much data to enter. That's something that'll happen right away, hopefully, and you guys will be able to use it tomorrow when you're practicing. And there's going to be a lot of refinements on this in the next couple weeks. And anytime we do that, we're going to let you know if there is a change, whether we just modified our formula a little bit or it was, a major change. We'll let you know. So we'll keep you posted on all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to definitely get together with Brett and Ryan, and we're going to, based on what your guys' practice is tomorrow with it and what you come up with, there could be some changes that even come out of that. So I hope you guys are having a great time out there and not getting struck by lightning. And hopefully the hotel's nice and you guys are having a good time and learning a bunch and ready to get going with this. So I'll talk to you guys soon, and call me with any questions that you have.